Now then,
Hey up.
we're back. I feel like we've got a habit of constantly doing a new video and being like, we're back.
We're back. We're just sort of, we've not been on a hiatus. Not a purposeful one anyway. We've just been busy, haven't we, mate?
We've been so busy. Obviously, it's been Christmas anyway, but a couple of months ago, I actually got a new job. So I no longer, for the first time in almost 6 years, no longer work for the RSPB, which is insane. Not for any reason in particular, but a new job opportunity came along, something that I think I'm going to really flourish with and kind of develop my skills as a wildlife, I guess, filmmaker ultimately, but just all sorts of media editing, graphic design, bit of everything really. So my new job is with the EIA, which stands for the Environmental Investigation Agency. And I am let me remember this, I am a Assistant Visual Communications Editor. It's quite a mouthful and one that I'm still getting used to. But yeah, so basically we're an organisation that helps stop like illegal wildlife crime and tackling climate crisis and things like that. So it's something that I'm really excited about and very passionate that I've started working for. So that's me. Life update.
I am. So, life update. Right, it's Christmas time. We're just starting. Can I just say, guys, we have got so much tech knocking about, and it's all Rosie's stuff.
Well, tell them where we are.
Right, so, yeah, right, we'll update you in a minute on me, because not much has changed with me. So, we are, this is going out soon. It's, what are we, 28th now? We're in that weird time between Christmas and New Year where life sort of stops and what happens, and it's all really weird. So the plan today, because Rosie and I, it's been ages since we've caught up. Ages. We speak most days on the phone when I can bother answering, you know.
He never answers the phone.
Rubbish.
He hates me.
I don't hate her, but sometimes it's just like, oh my God,
Again.
No,
Fifth time
Rosie,
today.
there are two people in this world whose numbers are weird on my phone, Rosie and my dad, and I miss calls from all the time. Other people I can answer. My mother would probably say different. Anyway, God, tangent. What were we talking about? We're at that time, we were supposed to be giving you a little mini episode going out, probably to where I did my little live from the other day, actually, on Post Hill, when I'd seen the buzzard. The weather's rubbish. Absolutely pants. It's blowing a gale out there. It's been raining. It's dark. It's just miserable, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we just thought, you know what, I'll bob round to Rosie's, we'll have a cuppa, and we'll just chew the fat for a bit and film it and see what happens.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. Oh, I've got to move. I'm so nervous.
Basically, we're surrounded by... I've got a ring light on either side because it is literally so dark outside. It could be like 8 o'clock.
I mean, imagine this is quite dark. This is with loads of lights on us.
Yeah, house lights, ring lights.
Kung Fu Panda's on in background. We've muted it.
We've kept the telly on for that, that extra bright.
So we just thought we'd give you an update, give you a little Christmas, I don't know, interlude of us talking nonsense to each other for a bit.
Because Into Wild is something that we love so much. We're both so passionate about it. And if we could do it every month, we totally would. We totally would. We've got ideas, we've got plans of things to film. But, you know, as I said, life does get in the way. And we've done this a couple of times, you know. I think we've had, you know, months off and then we've come back. We'll always come back and do it.
There's never an intention to not do it.
No, it's
just the ambition.
Yeah.
Doesn't match up with the reality of what we can do, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll keep filling you in with a little bit. But one thing I'm sure we've mentioned a few times, is a podcast. So we are going to start a podcast in the new year, probably early 2024. 2024. Because, I mean, maybe something a bit like this. We'll film it, sometimes we'll put it out, but it will definitely be, the audio version will definitely be available. We might film it a little bit as well. And we will also continue to create films and videos for Into Wild.
Yeah.
But having another sort of, what would you call it, like another arrow in our quiver
Yeah,
of stuff to do, a podcast can be a bit more regular with it.
absolutely. And I think because the thing is, me and Tom will just sit and talk absolute garbage most of the time to each other. But I think we do go down wormholes with, wildlife and all sorts. And I think we do have some right good points. We ask some good questions. That I think
We do.
We stump each other sometimes.
We
Going,
do.
why is that? And we'd love to get you guys more involved. And we're so grateful for each of you that tune into our YouTubes and stuff. And we just think having either monthly or whatever, we'll work out a podcast for you to listen to. But again, film it. We'll probably get a better setup than this because this is very last minute.
Yeah, but and I just think I've started listening to a lot more podcasts as well,
so have I.
which I hadn't done before. So I kind of get the format of podcasts now. And when we make a film, we might go out for a day or a couple of days and get all sorts of footage, and we have a really good time.
Mm-hmm.
But then Paul and Rosie's got all the editing and everything else to do as well, which does take a long time, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's very time resource heavy. Whereas a podcast would be less so. There'll be the odd bit of editing to do and that sort of thing, but we can maybe do that between us.
Yeah.
I just can't edit film because I'm not into. It's not what I do. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, a podcast. We can be a bit more diverse.
Yeah.
We can be a little bit more
Spontaneous.
Spontaneous.
Because we're never not spontaneous on the videos, but of course, to get footage, you have to get places, you've got to plan a lot. But sometimes I think if we just sit down at a table and just talk and have topics,
it's just.
it's
I think
just
it'd be
us.
fun. I think it'd be fun. It'd be interesting, and you won't have to do 10,000 takes of me walking towards a camera, doing really, really well, and then in the last 10 seconds fluffing my lines and laughing or doing something or apologising or.
We might have to bleep every so often if we do drop a little F-bomb here and there, but
Both of us are quite sweary.
both of us, we can
It's
be,
difficult on. You might not believe that about us, because on the videos, you don't really get the videos. How old am I?
On the videos.
On the videos! On vlog, you don't see it. It's all edited. Everyone knows I'm a swear bear. And Rose is filthy. So she just talks absolute.
Mostly swearing, going. Well, I'm not going to say it, but Tom's fluffed his lines again. Take 50.
The amount of we often at the end of our videos at the end of the vlogs we'll put on like a little bit of a blooper. That's sometimes they're just quite funny. There's so many bloopers we could have if we weren't a family channel on YouTube. It's potty mouth central. Anyway, so we'll have to be careful of that with the old podcast. But yeah, so just let us know what do you fancy? What topics? Give us a topic. We might have features.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, we've got ideas of what we want to chat about and where it could go and what we could include as time goes on and we pick up an audience.
Yeah.
But we'd love to just obviously we're into it while we go out and showcase wildlife. We've got that passion, we've got that knowledge and things. But, I think people ask us questions sometimes just about us in general. If you want to hear about our lives, I don't know, you might not.
It's riveting.
It's really quite dull. However, you don't.
Just whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What topics do you want?
What topics? Who do you want to see? You never know. Guest speakers, all that sort of stuff. It would be.
Application
that would be nice.
forms are now being accepted.
Yeah, if you want to come and have a chat, see what's what. So that's the plan.
So.
We
This is a new angle.
New angle. It looks very cosy.
It does.
Hello. Camera ran out of battery about halfway through what we were saying. We didn't realise.
And it started steaming up because it's been kept in the
attic.
loft, so obviously it's cold up there. I have acclimatised it, but it's still steaming up, so that's not fun.
We swapped to phones.
Do you know what? Phones are good these days, so let's just give this a whirl.
So
I think we were talking about Christmas, and if we'd had a good one. I think I said what I did for Christmas, and you were...
I had a lovely Christmas. It was very nice. I won't bang on as long as Rosie did, because she ran out of time on the camera. I had a lovely time with my beautiful children and my wonderful wife up at my in-laws. did the usual stuff, eat, drank, were merry. And yeah, so we then moved on. Having watched back, we talked a lot of nonsense, didn't we?
We did talk a lot.
Talked a lot of nonsense.
I think at the start we said, what, should we keep it about 5 minutes, just a bit of an update? And then I think we've honestly spoken for about 20-25 minutes.
I think we have. Did we mention in the bit that these lovely people have already seen about the podcast?
I think we mentioned the podcast. I think the podcast is in that bit.
If it's in it, then we'll just... I'm sorry we've mentioned it again. But if it's not, we're thinking of doing a podcast because we'll be able to do it quicker, won't we?
Yeah.
And with more stuff going on. And then we started banging on about New Year's resolutions. Rosie, I'm not going to lie to you.
Went a bit deep.
Oh man, Rosie got very... just Miss World about it, and very... All I meant was I'm going to start swimming again in the new year, because I gave up my wild swimming for a bit, and I'm going to get back to it. Rosie's going to save the world.
We're going to save the world.
Yeah, I think we were talking about so new year, new things happening. We're giving you guys a shout out and thanking you all for your commitment to us and that sort of thing. I think we might have mentioned that we're a little bit crap on social media.
Yes, we did.
Not very good. I can't say that word. I said it.
We're a bit rubbish on social media at sharing ourselves and just what we're up to. And I think sometimes we go out for walks just individually and then go, we could have probably done about that. So I did a cheeky shout out to be like, listen, if anyone wants to do our social media for free, we can't pay you because... maybe one day into a while will become our full-time careers.
Maybe it will.
But also, we just can't afford it. But if you want to do our social media for free, then
go for it. We'll give you lots of mentions.
Yeah. But then we mentioned New Year and our plans. And my plans is to go to Anglesey in the New Year with the fam. Because I've got family on the island. Been going all my life. And we're having New Year there as a big family, which will be lovely. And I'm taking my camera because there's red squirrels on the island. There's quite a few cetaceans. So you've got porpoise, you've got dolphins, there's puffins on Puffin Island, you've got chuffs at South Stark. I was talking big moody landscape pictures and stuff like that. So that's me.
So do some lives.
I will do some lives.
I am having New Year with friends. We've had New Year with the same group of friends for the past 20 odd years. Kate and Tim will be bobbing over. Mike is very close. Yes, so New Year's, but I'm working New Year's Eve and working New Year's Day, so I will not be going too crazy.
Although I think at his last party he tried to do a cartwheel or something and injured himself. Just saying that to embarrass him.
Oh, I did. That's very, very true. I tried to do it. Yeah, handstand. And it didn't go well. That was last summer. Not last summer, the summer before. It was ages ago that actually was. Don't know why we bring it up.
And if you'd like to see it, you'll see this now.
No. Oh my God, are you going to cut that in?
I'm totally going to cut it in. Anyway.
You're welcome.
Stop stalling. No, I'm waiting for just to break in there to what they're doing. I'm scared. What are you doing? Yourself going purple. With all due respect.
I think we're going to move out of the way so the audience can see.
Only once.
Go on.
So that's you New Year working.
That is my New Year working. New Year working. Somewhere I've got a video of Rosie drinking cider and trying to say the word spoonbill whilst she's got a mouthful of cider.
But the funny thing is, I'm the editor, and so
I'll just bob it on I'll just bob it on Facebook one day. Anyway, yes. So
we then spoke a bit about. Oh my gosh, it flowed so well, and now we're having to do this. I
flowed
can only
beautifully.
apologise. We were talking about a couple of things that we'd like to talk about in the podcast, and we were wanting your input as well, what you would like to see and hear from us. Tom mentioned he's going to talk a bit about, we'll do an episode maybe on coppicing.
Yeah, if we can get one of the coppice guys to... Guest speakers would be interesting, wouldn't it? Yeah, so a bit of coppicing. You said you were going to do something. What did you talk about?
What did I talk about?
Can't remember.
Just chit-chat.
Maybe we will do a bit on wild
wildlife.
swimming. That's right. That's right. Rosie said she had a really good idea about wild swimming. And actually, when we look at it, that was my idea that I shared with Rosie ages ago, off
My
camera.
bad.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
But all the usual wildlife stuff we'll be chatting about, like the seasons, what to see, where to go. We'll film ourselves doing it, hopefully better than we have this time, because this has not gone to plan. But yeah, we'll do all that and where you can go. And we will be still going out and making our regular Into Wilds. It's just getting the time and things like that. But then we mentioned that we are going to do a Skomaresque trip again next year.
Where to go.
Because we loved it so much.
It was a great time.
Actually, I think it was one of our best received
It was one of
vlogs.
the better received vlogs. It did very well.
It was interesting.
Yes. And in the interesting bit that we didn't film, we in a roundabout way decided through interesting procrastination and talk that we think Mull's a good idea, don't we?
Yeah, I think we're going to go.
We've lost all that now. So I know, Rosie, what's a really good idea of a place to go? What about Mull?
Mull! Oh my god, we
Mull's a
should
really good
totally
idea.
do Mull.
What a great idea of mine.
I wonder what we could see.
Anyway,
I think we'll see. Yeah, so it's good for
potential for
white-tailed eagles, golden eagles,
pine
otter,
marten,
pine marten,
otter,
red squirrel.
red squirrels, even things like cetacean-y bits and bats. Basking sharks. Orca, basking sharks, am I making that up?
They're more Shetland, I think.
They're more Shetland.
And so are the
actually.
orca.
And so are the orca.
But you never know.
You don't.
So that was our other idea that was off camera.
Yes. But yeah, if you've got any ideas for vlogs or things you'd be interested in hearing about, or things you'd like to see, things you'd like to share, that was the other thing. Yeah, just help us share stuff.
Yeah, that would be amazing. And I think our finishing little note was, if you haven't subscribed, please do. If this is your first vlog you're tuning into, this is probably our worst one. We do go out and about and do some really cool stuff. So please, give us a follow, subscribe. We are, like we said, we're a bit rubbish on social medias, but we've got them. So feel free to drop them a follow. Share to your friends and family who might like to see us being outside in the wild. And that's about it, really.
Spread the word.
Spread the word.
Spread the word, but do lots yourself as well. Don't just watch us doing it.
Go out and do it.
And share your pictures.
Yeah.
Share your films of what you've done.
Please do.
We won't steal them. We'll give you a shout out.
Credit. We'll credit you.
That's the one. That's the term I'm trying to use.
We'll credit you, and we'd love to see it. If we can inspire you to go out into your local patch, then that is brilliant.
Do it.
So I think with that, we will leave you with saying we are wishing you, all your family and loved ones, a very happy
New Year.
What is it? Happy, wealthy, loved New Year 2024.
Just have a good time, guys.
Just have a great
Miss World's
2024.
back.
Wow, I'm wishing our followers good fortune and good luck in the new year.
Just have a nice time, guys. Be safe and happy.
Absolutely.
Have a great one. Save the world if you like.
Save the world.
You need saving. That was a way to end.
I know. Gosh. But we will be back
in the new year.
In the new year.
We will.
With a vlog.
And a podcast.
And lives.
And some lives, more lives.
More lives.
Happy New Year,
You
folks.
take care, guys. Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.